The Awakening. The massive alien starship Zephyr hovered silently above Earth's frozen surface. Inside, Commander Nix of the Galactic Restoration Corps surveyed the icy wasteland that had once been a thriving world. Her large, luminous eyes blinked slowly as she took in the desolate scene. Initiating planetary thaw sequence, announced her second-in-command, Officer Lyra. All systems operational. Nix nodded in approval. Excellent. Let's bring this world back to life. As the ship's powerful energy beams pierced the thick ice below, Nix reflected on their mission. The Galactic Restoration Corps had been traveling the cosmos for millennia, reviving planets that had fallen victim to natural disasters or cosmic calamities. Earth was their latest project, a once vibrant world that had been plunged into an ice age over 10,000 years ago. Commander, scans indicate the presence of numerous frozen life forms, reported Lyra, her tentacles waving excitedly. Mostly simple organisms, but also some larger fauna. As expected, Nix replied. We'll begin the revival process once the surface is habitable. With luck, we can restore some of the planet's original biodiversity. For weeks, the Zephyr methodically melted the global ice sheet. Oceans reformed, land masses emerged, and a breathable atmosphere was reconstructed. It was a delicate process, one the aliens had perfected over countless worlds. As the restoration neared completion, Officer Lyra made a startling discovery. Commander, you need to see this, she called out urgently. Nix glided over to Lyra's console, her bioluminescent skin pulsing with curiosity. What is it? I've detected unusual energy signatures beneath the surface, Lyra explained, gesturing to a map with her lower limbs. They appear to be artificial in nature. Nix's antenna twitched in surprise. Impossible. No technology could have survived the Ice Age. The signatures are faint but unmistakable, Lyra insisted. They're clustered in several locations around the planet. Intrigued and slightly unnerved, Nix made a decision. Prepare a surface expedition. We need to investigate this anomaly personally. As the alien team descended to Earth's newly thawed surface, none of them could have predicted the shocking discovery that awaited them. For deep beneath the ice, protected by ingenuity and sheer determination, the last remnants of humanity had endured, and they were about to make their presence known to the universe once more. The expedition pod touched down on a vast, muddy plain that had once been a frozen tundra. Nix emerged first, her environmental suit glowing softly in the dim light of Earth's warming atmosphere. She took a cautious step onto the soggy ground, her sensor arrays scanning for any signs of the mysterious energy signatures. Spread out, she instructed her team. But remain vigilant. We don't know what we're dealing with here. As the alien scientists fanned out across the landscape, Lyra suddenly called out, Commander, I'm picking up strong readings from that direction. She pointed towards a nearby hillside. Nix and her team cautiously approached the hill. As they drew closer, they noticed something odd about its shape. It seemed too uniform, too artificial to be natural. It's some kind of structure, Nix realized, buried beneath the earth. Just then, the ground began to tremble. The aliens stumbled back in alarm as a section of the hillside started to move. With a grinding of long-dormant machinery, a massive door slowly swung open. And there, standing in the entrance, were creatures the aliens had thought long extinct, humans. The two groups stared at each other in mutual shock and disbelief. Nix's translator struggled to process the strange sounds coming from the humans' mouths. Finally, it managed to decipher their words. Well, said one of the humans, a tall female with graying hair, it's about time someone showed up. We've been waiting for quite a while. First contact. The silence that followed was deafening. Nix and her team stood frozen, their alien minds struggling to comprehend the impossible scene before them. Humans, alive, thriving, and apparently unfazed by the presence of extraterrestrial visitors. The gray-haired woman who had spoken stepped forward, her eyes gleaming with a mixture of curiosity and caution. I'm Dr. Ilara Chen, leader of Sanctuary 1. On behalf of the remnants of humanity, I welcome you to Earth. Nyx's translator buzzed as it processed the words. Collecting herself, she responded, I am Commander Nyx of the Galactic Restoration Corps. We thought your species had perished in the Great Freeze. Dr. Chen chuckled, a sound that seemed both warm and weary. We came close, I assure you. But humanity has always been rather stubborn when it comes to survival. As if on cue, more humans emerged from the hidden bunker. Men, women, and even children, all regarding the aliens with a mixture of awe and wariness. Nyx noticed their clothing was simple but functional, their bodies lean and hardy. How? Lyra blurted out, her usual composure shattered by disbelief. How did you survive for so long? Dr. Chen gestured for the aliens to follow her into the bunker. It's a long story. One best told over a hot meal, if you're able to partake in our cuisine. Nyx hesitated for a moment, then nodded. We would be honored. As they entered the underground sanctuary, Nyx and her team were astounded by what they saw. The bunker was a marvel of engineering, a self-contained ecosystem complete with hydroponic gardens, recycling systems, and fusion reactors humming quietly in the background. When we realized the Ice Age was coming, we knew surface survival would be impossible, Dr. Chen explained as they walked. So we went underground. We built sanctuaries like this one all around the world, preserving as much of our knowledge and culture as we could. They entered a large communal area where humans of all ages were gathered, their eyes wide with wonder at the alien visitors. Children pointed and whispered excitedly, while some of the older humans regarded the newcomers with a hint of suspicion. It wasn't easy, Dr. Chen continued, her voice tinged with sadness. We lost so many in the early years. But we adapted, we persevered, and we never lost hope that one day we would reclaim our world. As they sat down to a meal of lab-grown protein and hydroponically grown vegetables, Nyx found herself overwhelmed by the implications of this discovery. The Galactic Restoration Corps had revived dozens of worlds, but never had they encountered a sapient species that had survived such a cataclysm. Dr. Chen, Nyx said, her voice filled with a mixture of admiration and concern, your achievement is nothing short of miraculous. But I must ask, what are your intentions now? The surface is barely habitable, and your population seems limited. The human leader's eyes sparkled with determination. We've waited over 10,000 years for this moment, Commander. We have no intention of squandering it. Our plan is to rebuild, to reclaim our planet, and to ensure that humanity not only survives but thrives. Lyra, who had been quietly observing, spoke up. But surely you'll need help. Your technology, while impressive for your circumstances, is far behind current galactic standards. Dr. Chen smiled. We're counting on it. We've preserved our history, our scientific knowledge, and our dreams of reaching the stars. What we lack in current technology, we make up for in determination and the ability to adapt. We're quick learners, Commander Nyx, and we're eager to rejoin the galactic community, if you'll have us. Nyx felt a strange sensation, a mixture of excitement and unease. The resilience of these humans was admirable, but their ambition was somewhat unsettling. The Galactic Restoration Corps had protocols for reviving worlds, but nothing that covered a scenario like this. As the meal concluded, Dr. Chen led them to a holographic display of Earth. We've made contact with the other sanctuaries. There are 17 in total, spread across what were once our major population centers. Together, we have a population of just over 1 million humans. Nyx's antenna twitched in surprise. 1 million? You've managed to sustain that many. Dr. Chen nodded solemnly. It hasn't been easy, and we've had to make many hard choices along the way. But we've survived, and now we're ready to thrive. With your help, Commander, we can restore Earth to its former glory, and perhaps even beyond. As Nyx looked at the hopeful faces around her, she realized that her mission had just become far more complex than she could have ever imagined. The Galactic Restoration Corps was about to face its greatest challenge yet, not just reviving a planet, but helping a long-lost civilization reclaim its place among the stars. The seeds of cooperation. In the days that followed, Nyx and her team found themselves immersed in the fascinating world of the human sanctuaries. Each day brought new surprises and challenges as the two species began the delicate process of cooperation and cultural exchange. Nyx stood in the control room of Sanctuary 1, watching as Dr. Chen's team pored over the alien technology with unbridled enthusiasm. The humans' ability to grasp complex concepts and adapt to new ideas was nothing short of remarkable. "Your people learn quickly," Nyx observed, her bioluminescent skin pulsing with a mix of admiration and slight unease. Dr. Chen smiled, her eyes never leaving the holographic display of Earth's climate systems. "We've had 10,000 years to refine our educational methods, Commander. When survival depends on knowledge, you'd be surprised how fast humans can learn." Lyra, who had been working closely with a group of human engineers, floated over. "Commander, the humans have proposed an intriguing modification to our atmospheric regeneration protocols. They believe we can accelerate the process by 22.7%. Nyx's antenna twitched with surprise. "Is that even possible?" "Theoretically, yes," Lyra confirmed. "Their understanding of Earth's specific environmental systems is proving invaluable." As the aliens and humans worked together, the surface of Earth began to transform rapidly. Barren wastelands gave way to sprouting vegetation, and the first animal species were cautiously reintroduced to their ancestral habitats. But it wasn't all smooth sailing. Cultural misunderstandings and differing priorities led to heated debates and tense moments. The humans' drive to rapidly re-establish their civilization sometimes clashed with the aliens' more measured approach to planetary restoration. One evening, as the setting sun painted the sky in hues of orange and pink, Nyx found Dr. Chen standing alone on a newly constructed observation deck. "Magnificent, isn't it?" Dr. Chen said, her eyes fixed on the horizon. "I never thought I'd live to see a sunset with my own eyes." In the sanctuaries, we only had simulations. Nyx moved to stand beside her. "Dr. Chen, I must confess something. Your people's resilience and adaptability are impressive, but they also concern me. The galactic community has protocols for uplifting species, but your case is unprecedented." Dr. Chen turned to face the alien commander, her expression serious. "You're worried about how we'll behave once we have access to advanced technology, whether we'll be a force for good in the galaxy or a potential threat." Nyx's skin rippled with surprise at the human's perceptiveness. "Yes," she admitted. "Your history, from what we've learned, is marked by both great achievements and terrible conflicts." Dr. Chen was quiet for a moment, her gaze returning to the sunset. "You're not wrong to be cautious, Commander. Humanity's past is indeed a mixed bag. But consider this: those of us who survived, who kept our species alive through 10 millennia of darkness, we're the descendants of those who chose cooperation over conflict, wisdom over war." She gestured towards the flourishing landscape below. "This revival, this second chance, it's not just about reclaiming our world. It's about proving to ourselves and to the galaxy that we've learned from our past, that we can be better." Nyx considered the humans' words carefully. "And if the galactic community is hesitant to welcome you, then we'll earn their trust," Dr. Chen said firmly. "One step at a time, one act of goodwill at a time. We've waited 10,000 years, Commander. We can be patient a little longer." As night fell and the first stars became visible, Nyx felt a sense of cautious optimism. The path ahead was uncertain, filled with potential pitfalls and challenges. But as she watched the humans and her own team working together in the distance, she realized that this unprecedented situation also held the promise of something truly remarkable. The revival of Earth was more than just a planetary restoration. It was becoming a testament to the power of resilience, adaptability, and the universal desire for a better future. And perhaps, Nyx thought, It might just change the galaxy in ways none of them could yet imagine. Echoes of the past. As weeks turned into months, the collaborative effort between humans and aliens continued to yield impressive results. Earth's ecosystems were recovering at an unprecedented rate, and the human population was gradually emerging from their underground sanctuaries to reclaim the surface. However, not everything was proceeding smoothly. One morning, Nyx was jolted from her rest cycle by an urgent message from Lyra. "Commander, we've detected an anomaly in Sector 7, Lyra reported, her tentacles twitching nervously. "It appears to be artificial in nature." Nyx's bioluminescence flared with concern. "Another human sanctuary?" "Negative," Lyra replied. "The energy signature is unlike anything we've seen before. It's ancient." Intrigued and slightly alarmed, Nyx assembled a joint team of aliens and humans to investigate. As their expedition vehicle approached Sector 7, a vast desert region that had once been a thriving metropolitan area, Dr. Chen gasped in recognition. "This was Old Manhattan," she said, her voice filled with awe. "One of the greatest cities in human history." As they neared the source of the anomaly, the team was met with an astonishing sight. Rising from the sand was a massive structure, its metallic surface gleaming in the sunlight despite millennia of neglect. "Impossible," Dr. Chen whispered. That's the Statue of Liberty. But how is it still standing?" Nyx's sensors were going haywire. "The energy signature is emanating from within the structure. Whatever it is, it's been active this entire time." As they cautiously approached the base of the statue, a hidden entrance suddenly materialized. The team exchanged nervous glances before stepping inside. What they found defied explanation. The interior of the statue had been transformed into a vast, high-tech facility. Holographic displays flickered to life, showing images of Earth as it once was, along with streams of data in an ancient human language. "This is incredible," Dr. Chen breathed, her eyes wide with wonder. "This must be some kind of time capsule, a repository of human knowledge and technology left behind by our ancestors." Nyx watched in amazement as Dr. Chen and her team interfaced with the ancient systems, unlocking secrets that had been buried for over 10,000 years. But as more information came to light, the mood in the room began to shift. "Commander," Lyra called out, her voice tinged with concern. "You need to see this." On a central holographic display, a message began to play. The face of a human woman, her expression grave, filled the screen. "To those who find this message, whether you be our descendants or visitors from beyond the stars, I am Dr. Samantha Reeves, lead scientist of Project Endurance. If you are watching this, it means that our worst fears have come to pass, and Earth has fallen into a catastrophic ice age." The room fell silent as the message continued. "What you have discovered is not just a time capsule, but the key to humanity's survival and resurgence. Within this facility lies the culmination of our most advanced technologies, faster than light travel, zero-point energy, and even the seeds of terraforming capabilities." Dr. Chen's face paled. "Our ancestors, they were far more advanced than we ever imagined." The holographic Dr. Reeves continued, her voice filled with determination. "We have hidden similar facilities around the world, safeguarding our knowledge and achievements. It was our hope that humanity would one day reclaim this legacy and take its place among the stars." As the message concluded, Nyx felt a wave of unease wash over her. The implications of this discovery were staggering. If humans were to suddenly gain access to such advanced technology, the balance of power in the galaxy could shift dramatically. Dr. Chen seemed to sense Nyx's concern. She turned to the alien commander, her expression a mix of excitement and apprehension. "Commander Nyx, I understand that this changes everything. But please, you must understand. This knowledge, this technology, it's our birthright, a gift from our past to ensure our future." Nyx's mind raced with conflicting thoughts. The Galactic Restoration Corps' mission was to revive worlds, not to potentially unleash a technologically advanced civilization upon an unsuspecting galaxy. And yet, could she in good conscience deny humans access to their own history and achievements? As the team continued to explore the hidden facility, uncovering marvels beyond their wildest dreams, Nix realized that the true challenge of Earth's revival was only just beginning. The decisions made in the coming days would not only shape the future of humanity, but potentially the entire galaxy. The echoes of Earth's past had resurfaced, bringing with them both incredible opportunities and daunting responsibilities. How this long-lost legacy would be used, for the betterment of all or as a source of conflict, remained to be seen. One thing was certain: the galaxy would never be the same again. A galactic dilemma. The discovery of the advanced human technology sent shockwaves through both the human sanctuaries and the Galactic Restoration Corps. As news spread, Nix found herself at the center of a growing storm of conflicting interests and ethical dilemmas. In the newly established Earth Council chamber, representatives from all 17 human sanctuaries had gathered, along with key members of Nix's team. The atmosphere was tense, filled with a mixture of excitement and apprehension. "We cannot ignore this gift from our ancestors," argued Councillor Zhen, his voice passionate. "This technology could solve our resource problems overnight, allow us to restore Earth faster than we ever dreamed possible." "And then what?" countered Councillor Amara, her eyes narrowed. "We use this advanced tech to conquer the stars. Have we learned nothing from our history?" Dr. Chen, who had been quietly observing, finally spoke up. "We have an opportunity here, not just to reclaim our past, but to forge a new future, one where we use our knowledge responsibly for the betterment of all." Nix, standing at the center of the chamber, felt the weight of countless eyes upon her. She knew that her next words could shape the destiny of not just Earth, but potentially the entire galaxy. "I have been in contact with the Galactic Council," Nix began, her bioluminescence pulsing slowly. "They are concerned about the rapid advancement of human technology. There are fears that Earth could become a destabilizing force in the galaxy." A murmur of discontent rippled through the human representatives. "So they would deny us our own heritage?" Councillor Zhen demanded. Nix held up a hand for calm. "The situation is complex. Your ancestors' technology is, in many ways, more advanced than current galactic standards. Its sudden introduction could cause significant upheaval." Dr. Chen stepped forward, her expression thoughtful. "What if we proposed a compromise, a gradual integration of our ancestral technology, under the guidance and supervision of the Galactic Restoration Corps?" The room fell silent as everyone considered this proposition. Lyra, who had been analyzing data from the ancient facilities, spoke up. "It could work, Commander. We could establish a joint committee to oversee the responsible development and application of human technology." Nix's antenna twitched as she contemplated the idea. It was unprecedented. But then again, so was this entire situation. "There's more," Lyra continued. "Our analysis of the human databases has revealed something extraordinary. It seems your ancestors had begun to develop solutions to some of the galaxy's most pressing problems. Cures for diseases that plague multiple species, more efficient energy production methods, even theoretical models for reversing environmental damage on a planetary scale." This revelation sent a buzz of excitement through the chamber. Nix could see the humans standing a little taller, pride shining in their eyes. "Don't you see?" Dr. Chen said, addressing both her fellow humans and the alien delegation. "This isn't just about Earth anymore. We have a chance to contribute to the greater good of the galaxy, to prove that humanity can be a force for positive change." Nix felt a shift in the room's energy. The tension was giving way to a sense of purpose, of possibility. "It won't be easy," Nix cautioned. "The galactic community will need assurances, safeguards will have to be put in place, and humanity must demonstrate its commitment to peaceful cooperation." "We've survived an ice age, Commander," Dr. Chen said with a smile. "I think we can handle a little diplomacy." As the meeting continued, plans began to take shape. A phased approach to introducing human technology, joint research initiatives, cultural exchange programs, all aimed at integrating Earth into the galactic community while addressing the fears and concerns of other species. Nyx realized that her mission had evolved far beyond simple planetary restoration. She was now at the forefront of a grand experiment in interspecies cooperation, one that could reshape the future of the galaxy. As she looked out at the faces of humans and aliens working together, filled with determination and hope, Nyx felt a sense of cautious optimism. The path ahead would be challenging, fraught with potential pitfalls and unforeseen obstacles. But for the first time, she truly believed that the revival of Earth could lead to something greater than anyone had imagined. The galaxy was about to enter a new era, and humanity, with all its flaws and all its potential, would play a central role in shaping it. Trials and triumphs. In the months that followed, Earth became a hive of activity. The implementation of the gradual technology integration plan, dubbed Project Renaissance, was in full swing. Humans and aliens worked side by side, combining ancient human innovations with current galactic knowledge to create something entirely new. Nyx stood on the observation deck of the newly constructed New Horizons space station, orbiting Earth. The view below was breathtaking. Continents once barren were now teeming with life, and the first of Earth's new cities gleamed in the sunlight. Impressive, isn't it? Dr. Chen said, joining Nyx at the window. Sometimes I have to pinch myself to believe it's real. Nyx nodded, her bioluminescence pulsing with a mix of emotions. Your people have accomplished much in a short time, but challenges remain. As if on cue, Lyra's voice came through the communication system. Commander, we have a situation in the Mars colony. The Mars colony was one of Project Renaissance's most ambitious undertakings, a joint human-alien effort to terraform Earth's neighboring planet. It was meant to be a shining example of interspecies cooperation, but lately it had become a source of tension. Upon arriving at the Mars Command Center, Nyx and Dr. Chen were met with a scene of barely contained chaos. Human and alien workers were engaged in a heated argument, with accusations flying from both sides. What's the meaning of this? Nyx demanded, her authoritative tone cutting through the noise. A human engineer stepped forward, his face flushed with anger. The alien team has been sabotaging our work. They're afraid we're progressing too quickly. An alien scientist, her tendrils quivering with indignation, countered. That's a lie. We've been following the agreed-upon protocols. It's the humans who are pushing beyond safe limits. As Nyx and Dr. Chen worked to defuse the situation, it became clear that fear and mistrust were still simmering beneath the surface of their grand collaboration. The humans, eager to prove themselves, were indeed pushing boundaries. The aliens, wary of humanity's turbulent history, were often overly cautious. Back on Earth, similar tensions were arising. Some human factions, emboldened by their rapid progress, were calling for faster integration of advanced technologies. They argued that humanity had earned the right to claim its place among the stars. Meanwhile, reports from Lyra indicated growing unease in the wider galactic community. Some species viewed humanity's resurgence as a potential threat, calling for stricter oversight or even containment. In a private meeting with Dr. Chen, Nyx voiced her concerns. We're walking a tightrope, Doctor. Push too fast, and we risk alienating our allies. Move too slowly, and we may lose control of the situation on Earth. Dr. Chen sighed, the weight of responsibility clear on her face. I know, but I also know that we can't let fear dictate our actions. We need a grand gesture, something to show both our people and the galaxy that we're committed to this new path. An idea began to form in Nyx's mind. What if we accelerate our plans for deep space exploration? Not just Mars, but beyond our solar system, a joint mission, crewed by both humans and various alien species. Dr. Chen's eyes lit up. A voyage of discovery and cooperation. It's ambitious, risky even, but it just might work. The proposal, dubbed Operation Starbridge, was met with both enthusiasm and skepticism. It would be the ultimate test of human-alien cooperation, a chance to showcase the potential of their combined knowledge and technologies. As preparations for the mission began, Nyx found herself working closer than ever with the humans. She was continually amazed by their adaptability, their ability to find creative solutions to complex problems. But she also saw their flaws, their impatience, their tendency to let emotions cloud judgment. One evening, as they worked late into the night on mission plans, Dr. Chen asked Nyx a surprising question. "Commander, be honest. When you first realized we had survived, did you ever consider not reviving us, letting humanity fade into history?" Nyx was silent for a long moment, her bioluminescence flickering with complex emotions. "The thought occurred to me," she admitted finally. "Your species' history is troubling in many ways. But then I saw your resilience, your capacity for growth and change. I realized that the galaxy would be poorer without humanity's unique perspective." Dr. Chen smiled, a mix of gratitude and determination in her eyes. "We won't let you down, Commander. We can't change our past, but we can shape our future, and we'll do it not just for ourselves, but for all sentient life in the galaxy." As they returned to their work, Nyx felt a renewed sense of purpose. The revival of Earth had become something far greater than she could have ever imagined. It was a second chance not just for humanity, but for the entire galactic community to forge a new path forward. The journey ahead would be fraught with challenges, but for the first time in millennia, the future looked brighter than ever. A new dawn. 5 years had passed since the discovery of humanity's hidden legacy, and the day of reckoning had arrived. The Starbridge, humanity's first interstellar vessel built in collaboration with various alien species, stood ready for launch on the plains of what was once the Sahara Desert. The ship was a marvel of engineering, a fusion of rediscovered human technology and the most advanced alien innovations. Its crew, carefully selected from both human and alien volunteers, represented the best hope for a new era of galactic cooperation. As dawn broke over the launch site, Nyx stood beside Dr. Chen, both of them watching the final preparations with a mixture of anticipation and trepidation. "It's hard to believe we've come this far," Dr. Chen mused, her hair now streaked with gray, but her eyes as bright as ever. "There were times I thought we wouldn't make it." Nyx's bioluminescence pulsed in agreement. "The path has not been easy, but your people have shown remarkable resilience and adaptability." Indeed, the journey to this moment had been fraught with challenges. There had been setbacks, political disagreements, technological failures, and even a few dangerous misunderstandings that had nearly derailed the entire project. But each time, humans and aliens had found a way to overcome their differences and push forward. The Mars colony was now a thriving outpost, its biodomes gleaming under the red Martian sky. On Earth, the restoration had progressed beyond all expectations, with vast swaths of the planet returned to their former glory. More importantly, a new global culture had emerged, one that honored humanity's past while embracing a future of interstellar cooperation. As the final countdown began, Nyx felt a tap on her shoulder. She turned to see Lyra, her old friend and colleague, looking uncharacteristically emotional. "Commander," Lyra said, her tentacles twisting nervously, I've decided to join the Starbridge crew." Nyx's antenna twitched in surprise. "Lyra, are you sure? This mission, it's dangerous. We don't know what's out there." Lyra's eyes shimmered with determination. "That's precisely why I must go. Working with the humans has taught me the value of stepping into the unknown. Besides," she added with a flicker of humor, "someone needs to keep an eye on them out there." As the three of them, human, alien restorer, and alien explorer, stood together watching the final launch preparations, Nyx reflected on the incredible journey that had led to this moment. What had begun as a routine planetary revival had become a catalyst for change on a galactic scale. The ground trembled as the Starbridge's engines roared to life. A cheer went up from the assembled crowd. humans and aliens alike, united in their hope for the future. As the ship rose majestically into the sky, Dr. Chen turned to Nix, her eyes glistening with unshed tears. "Thank you, Commander, for giving us a chance, for believing in us even when we gave you reason to doubt." Nix felt a surge of emotion she couldn't quite name. "No, Dr. Chen, thank you, all of you, for reminding us of the power of resilience, of the importance of second chances." They watched in awed silence as the starbridge grew smaller and smaller, finally disappearing into the blue expanse above. It carried with it the hopes and dreams of not just humanity, but of all sentient beings who dared to imagine a brighter future. As the crowd began to disperse, already talking excitedly about the next phases of Earth's reintegration into the galactic community, Nix found herself looking not up at the sky, but out across the restored landscape of Earth. The planet that had once been frozen and lifeless now pulsed with vibrant energy, a testament to the indomitable spirit of life itself. "What now, Commander?" Dr. Chen asked, her voice filled with quiet anticipation. Nix's bioluminescence rippled with a complex mix of emotions: pride, hope, and a touch of uncertainty. "Now, Dr. Chen, we continue to build, to learn, to grow, to face whatever challenges the universe has in store, together." As they walked back towards the bustling command center, Nix realized that the true revival of Earth wasn't just about restoring its ecosystems or reawakening its dormant species. It was about rekindling hope, fostering understanding between different forms of life, and daring to dream of a future limited only by imagination. The ice age that had nearly wiped out humanity had, in the end, forged them into something stronger, more resilient, and perhaps wiser than they had been before. And in doing so, it had given the entire galaxy a precious gift: a second chance to create a truly united cosmic community. As the sun climbed higher in the sky, bathing the renewed Earth in its warm light, Nix felt, for the first time in her long career, that she was witnessing not just the revival of a planet, but the dawn of a new age for all sentient life. The journey ahead was uncertain, filled with both promise and peril, but one thing was clear: it would be an adventure unlike any the galaxy had ever seen.